When we question.
Hello. Good evening, sorry, good afternoon, and welcome you all to this webinar to introduce what this course is about and how you will go about taking this course. Welcome again to this course and welcome again to Shiksha X channel and for this course that you have taken. The purpose of this webinar is to introduce to you how you will log into the course, how you will proceed with the course, and how you will complete the course for obtaining your certification. At the outset, I congratulate all of you for having enrolled to this course and also for having joined to this webinar. Now, before we go to any of these details of the course, let me tell you very briefly what is this philosophy of micro learning. In the recent times, there is an understanding that the attention span across all age groups is reducing. Now it has come to something like 3 minutes of continuous attention that we can have. So, taking this into consideration, and also the generational shift that is happening in the learners, there is a new philosophy that is emerging in learning, especially in the digital learning, and this is called micro learning. In the micro learning, we have very short videos, like you have whatever reels that you see. So you have these videos which are very short, not more than 3 to 5 minutes, which keeps the attention of all the learners. So this is the basically the philosophy of micro learning, and we have adapted at Shiksha the micro learning approach for reaching out to various sectors of healthcare, starting with nursing faculty. The second thing that I would like to share with you is there is an urgent need to sensitize the teachers and examiners in nursing faculty about the way the Indian Nursing Council expects us to conduct the student assessment, which is as per the Objective Structured Clinical Examination OSCE and Direct Observation of Procedures, which is DOP. So this course is designed to bring about an understanding of what is OSCE and how OSCE is relevant in competency-based nursing education, which has now become the most trending philosophy of education, competency-based education. And within this competency-based education, how assessment is different from the traditional forms of assessment. So, keeping all these factors in mind, this course has been designed with 7 modules. 6 of the modules which are dealing with your learning and your understanding, and the seventh module is a kind of bonus module for you, which explains how you can develop the resources for your own training and also student assessment for ASCII and DOC. Some of the examples which are given can be expanded into your own uh, context of teaching and assessment. So, whatever examples that we have given in this course are drawn from the syllabus of BSc Nursing so that they align with your teaching and your assessment. Now, let us get into the actual course. So when you click on your Shiksha X website, you will be taken to a tab called login or enroll. So when you log in to Masterclass, it will take you to this particular page. And in this page, you can see here, there are certain, on the left panel, you can see here, there are some headings. Now, some of these headings you can see blue, green. The color you are seeing blue, green here is because these have already been taken by a person who has already joined for this course to explain to you. And whatever green you are seeing is something which has been completed. So as you start, you will not see all these colors here. These will be blank. There is no color here. So as you start, the first thing that you have to do is you have to go into the course introduction. And in the course introduction, you can see the details of master class in nursing, ASCII and OSCE. It gives an overview of the entire program. You can scroll down and read at your own leisure pace. It also tells what are the different units which are there. As I said, there are about 7 units, 6 of which are about the assessments and the training part of it. And the seventh is a bonus overview of how to prepare for ASCII based examinations. And then you have some details about who the faculty are. So this is about the introduction. Then you have an introductory video. Yeah, before I go further, as you complete this scrolling down and you've completed, please go to this tab and click complete and continue. If you don't click here, this will not become green. So unless this becomes green, the pre-requirement which is there for the LMS to record that this part has been completed by the participant will not come. So it will not allow you to go to the next module. So please see to it that you click this complete and continue. As you click complete and continue, it will take you to the next step in the course. So here what you can see here is there is a video. So this video explains what is the details of the course. You can run the course, you can click here, you can play. Welcome to Masterclass in Nursing, OSCE and DOPS, hosted on the Shiksha X Learning Management System, your digital learning space for professional growth and innovation in nursing education. This program equips nursing educators with the knowledge and tools to design and implement structured, competency based clinical assessments. Through 6 interactive modules, you will learn to create fair, reliable, and reflective assessment systems aligned with the INC's BSc Nursing curriculum. The first unit, Introduction to Competency Based Nursing Education, introduces the philosophy and framework of competency based nursing education. You will explore what competence means, how it develops from novice to proficient performance, and why outcome based learning is essential. This unit highlights the learner centered, measurable, and performance oriented approach that underpins all modern nursing education and assessment. The second unit, Foundations of Student Assessment. In this unit, we examine the principles and purpose of assessment within CBNE. You will understand different types of assessments, features of a good test, and frameworks like Van der Vleuten's assessment utility and Miller's pyramid. The unit connects assessment design with learning outcomes and competency development in nursing. The third unit, Introduction to OSCE, introduces the objective structured clinical examination as a powerful standardized tool for assessing clinical competence. He will explore the limitations of traditional assessment methods, the core principles of OSCE, and how evidence supports its reliability, fairness, and educational value in evaluating real world nursing performance. The fourth unit, Designing OSCE Stations. This unit focuses on the practical design of OSCE stations. You will learn how to classify station types, use checklists, rating scales, and rubrics, and develop an effective OSCE layout. The unit also discusses common design errors and how to avoid them to ensure validity and consistency in student evaluation. Unit 5 is Orientation to DOPS, Direct Observation of Procedural Skills. Here, you will explore direct observation of procedural skills as a formative, feedback driven assessment method. This unit explains DOPS structure, its distinction from traditional procedural observation, and its alignment with objective structured assessment principles. You will also learn how to design a DOPS template for evaluating nursing competencies. The Unit 6, Structure of Rubrics. This unit presents rubrics as essential tools for transparent and consistent performance evaluation. You will learn to define, classify, and construct rubrics, understand their key features, and apply them in OSCE and DOPS contexts. The unit emphasizes how rubrics enhance objectivity, feedback, and reflective learning in competency assessment. Unit 7 is conducting OSCE and DOPS based exams. This unit will be accessible only after you have downloaded the certificate. In this unit, you will understand how to organize OSCE and DOPS based exams at the end of 8th semester for the university examinations. It illustrates the OSCE and DOPS circuit, the stations, the student rotation in the circuit, and samples of OSCE DOPS based templates. Welcome again to the Masterclass. Your journey towards excellence in nursing education begins here. So this completes the video, and the video explains the entire procedure of the course, the contents of the course, and all that you need to know about how this course is organized. The same thing has been explained in a Word format here in a document which you can see, and this image that you see here explains to you as a flowchart how to take the course, starting from login to all the other features like pre-test, which I will be explaining to you. So this is how each module is organized. So once you have completed this reading, you can click on complete and continue, and it will take you to the next subheading, which is the course video. Sorry. The video on how to take the course. And beyond that, what you will see here is the next phase, which is the pre-test. Now, pre-test is something which is compulsory. It is a prerequisite for you to proceed further into the course. As you click on this, you will see that there will be some multiple choice questions. Here you won't see because the attempt has already been done. So there is only one attempt for the pre-test. Even if the student or participant scores 0% or 0 marks in that, they can still proceed to the course. It is not that one has to pass this course, pass this pre-test. The entire purpose of pre-test is for your self-reflection from the score that you have done in the pre-test. answers that you have given in the pre-test, you will have the same questions, same MCQs in the post-test after the sixth module in the course. So you can compare what is the learning curve, the growth of your learning which has happened from the pre-test to the post-test, that is in between the learning which has happened with the six modules. So once you have completed this pre-test, you are allowed into the first module. Sorry, we have one more intervening folder here. So you complete the pre-test. The pre-test has attempt is already done. So that means there is only one attempt, so zero attempt. So the person who has done this has already passed the exam. It doesn't matter. They have passed the posted score doesn't matter here. Then you can see once you have completed the pre-test, you'll see a green tick here. Then the next thing you have is certain annexures which are there. These are very important because each of this annexure is about a template, a specific template for a specific purpose. Like this is a generic template on how to prepare a checklist for micro teaching. You can see this is a PDF file. This is about micro teaching. A checklist is there, and you can prepare a similar checklist for whatever the other purpose that you want to do. So this is an example of how to prepare a checklist where you have yes or no. Then you have the other data of the feedback that is given to the student, how the student has responded to that, what is the improvements which have been suggested, and how these have been taken, and finally the signatures. In fact, these you can document in your portfolio, the teacher portfolio or even the learner portfolio. Thus, there's one more example that I would show here. This is a template on rating scale. Uh, you have certain details here about the student's name, and you have the teacher's name, assessor, all these details are there. Then you have the table with the items. Now here the rating is done on the scale of 5, that is 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. So there are some examples which are given for preparing how you can prepare the rating scale. So you have a rating scale which also has the feedback and all these things. And this explains what is the score for 1, the score for 2, how do you score 1 or 2 or up to 5. So what are the parameters for it. Similarly, you have one more examples that I would like to share with you here. So this is for Vital Signs Mini CX. This is also one of the examples for rating scale. So like this, you have multiple examples which cover the entire requirement of preparing the rating scale or the checklist or the rubrics. You have all these, so many are there, all in the PDF format. In fact, you can download, you can print and use these as per your requirement, and you can improvise on this for your own other assessment requirements. Now, once you have done this, this is a pre-requirement, you have to go through these and you have to keep a print of these at particular unit. We will be having a reference for you to use a particular checklist or rating scale as an example for some activity, for some individual activity. So that would come as an activity during the particular unit. So it's better if you have a print of all these with you before you start the unit 1. So as you start the unit 1, that is when you have completed the pre-test and you have completed the reading and downloading of these PDF folders, you can go to unit 1. It will permit you to take the unit 1. Here you have, this is the structure of how unit 1 or every unit is organized. You can see here, there is an introduction, which is a text-based in the HTML. Then there is a pre-reading. That is before you go into the further video lectures, there are certain background readings which will give you a background understanding of what the video is about, what the further course of learning is about. In fact, this is one of the suggested pre-reading. If you feel there is something extra which can bring value for your understanding before you get into the video, you could do that also. So this is a pre-reading. If you click on this, you can see here, this is a PDF, and this also you can download. You can download this. So not too much of reading, and there are all these things are given. And once you have read this, once you have kept this as your reference, the next thing that you have is a video-based presentation. It is in the same manner that you have seen earlier. This is how the video would be. You can go here and run the video. This unit introduces the theoretical foundations for competency-based nursing education. We are accept that learner is the focus of all education activity. It is a noble thought and a welcome idea. To ensure that learner is indeed the focus, we have two models of training. The first model has the teacher filling the student with the knowledge and ideas. The student has to passively collect all the ideas and maybe learn by heart to reproduce at the time of examination. The second model has a teacher, though he may appear very unconventional, in this image facilitating the learner to explore and seek knowledge at his convenient pace and style. Which of these models do you believe gives liberty and flexibility to learn? Obviously, it is the second model. How do we, as teachers, adopt the second model in the light of competency-based education, including the planning and implementation of curriculum and assessing our students is the story and activity that unfolds in this masterclass. As this unit is introducing you to the basics of competency-based nursing education, at the end of this unit, you will be able to recall the concept of competence, discuss the nature of competency-based nursing education, illustrate the phases of competency building, and mention key features of competency-based nursing education. The conventional model of education has the teacher teaching or giving lecture on the topics of the syllabus. Okay, this is how the video will play out. I'll just drag it forward so that's not to take your time much. So this will complete. In fact, if you look at the video, the outcomes were stated at the beginning. At the end of this unit, and the same outcomes are also coming at the end. So this is what we all call the sandwich model of teaching, where we have the outcomes, expected outcomes at the beginning, and the outcomes which are happened at the end, so that there is a kind of recalling of what was to be learned. So once you complete this video, you are enabled to go to the next section, which is the script. So the script which has been used in this video is presented here in a PDF format. This you can in fact download, print, however you require. Then we also have the slides that were used for this. You can go back, and if you want to see the slides, whatever number of times, you can see them. You can go there to this arrow. It goes to the next. So like this, you can see all the slides, whatever number of times, but this is not downloadable. You cannot download the slides. You can download the script, you can download the pre-reading, you can even copy the introduction from the HTML, but the video and the slides cannot be downloaded or saved. And after this, you have an activity based on whatever you have learned. This is interesting because here, as you can see, in this window, there are some activities which relate to your own teaching and assessment. The prompts for activity are given here. So for this, if you already have the relevant documents which are there, which were there with you, that you have downloaded in from the annexure, they will be relevant, they will be of use here. So you can see there are some four prompts which are given. Once you have completed this, in fact, this is where your involvement, your engagement into the self-directed learning comes. And this is what will anchor you into the learning. Others were passive learning, the video, the PPT, all those things were passive learning. This is what is active learning because you are involved in. And next, there is one more prompt for reflection. This reflection has certain prompts which will guide you to understand how you have learned this, what you have learned in this, and how you are going to implement this and apply this into your teaching, into your assessment. So these are some of the prompts which are there. In fact, you can add your own reflection prompts. You are free to do that. The way you can anchor it better. This is a kind of an example of how the reflective prompts would be. After you have completed this activity, so you have certain references, and these references are in addition to whatever reading material, pre-reading that was given to you, or the script of the video that was given to you. And these are downloadable from the internet. These are from the Creative Commons, which don't have IPR, so you can safely and ethically you can download this for your learning purposes. So these have been given. Some of these don't have downloadable. These are books which you may go to that particular chapter. For example, this book is there or this book is there. So you can go to those particular books for further read. So once you have completed the required references, you have
complete recording.
then you have a quiz. The quiz is about this particular module. Here you have 5 MCQs. For example, when you click on this for this module and quiz, these are the instructions that you'll get. Then you can click on this to begin. You will have the different questions which come to you. The questions and answers are in these do not these can be these have been what we call jumbled. Like for example, if you see this question and these answers in this series, and suppose you want to take this answer again in the next attempt, you will not find this question number one as question number one. It could be question number three, or this answers, whatever options may not be in the same sequence. This may go up or this may go down. So that there is a kind of jumbling which happens. So once you go through this, and I'll just randomly pick some answers. When you say this is my choice, you go here, say go to the next to get the next question MCQ, and here you can read what is the stem and what are the options. You may select whichever is the appropriate option, the key, whatever you say. Then you say you can go to the next, and this is third question. So you can select from the options. I'm selecting this. Then again, it will prompt you for the next one. So here you can see here whatever the questions that you have attempted would turn into green, and the one which is currently on would be seen as red. So here I'll be selecting this. So this has turned green because it has been attempted. Then we go to the next one. Here I'll select this. Now all these are attempted now. Now you can see here submit. Or you can even go here to preview if you want to preview the answers once more. But from here you cannot go back to the videos or to the script to find the answer. And these answers are more into application which will not be found directly into the sentences that you have read. These you will get these answers once you have done the activity and your reflection. And these are the outcomes of your activity and reflection, not just the video and the pre-reading as the references. Then you can submit the answer and you can see what is the score. It will say whether you have passed, you have cleared. So you have something like 60% pass. Two questions were answered wrong. Now we can review the questions which went wrong. You can see this was right, this was right. So this was wrong. See, generally what happens is, whichever is the longer statement, we tend to have a bias that this is the right answer. So this is not the right answer. Please don't go by that bias to say this could be the right answer to choose whatever is the longer one. Then let us see the second one. This also you can see is longer than any other, but this is not the right answer. It is showing which is the correct answer. Right. And then you can go to the next question. And finally, you can exit because you have already passed. You can exit by going to this and clicking here. So this will exit. So from here, you have completed module 1. So from the module 1, after completion, you can see here all the prerequisites for module 1 have been completed. Then there are some downloadable material that you can have PDF you have here. So these are some of the templates which you can use. This is again a rating scale related to the content of this particular unit. So once you complete this, you will have the unit 2 which will be available to you. Now for those who have already paid for the course, you can go seamlessly into unit 2. But for those who have taken the advantage of enrolling for free under the, the, the new offer, this would be available only if you pay for it. In fact, when you click for this unit 2, uh, this you will find for those who have already made the payment, and for those who have not made the payment, there will be a message here which says make the payment. You click on make the payment and it will take you to the payment gateway. You can make the payment. After you have completed all these units, like unit 3, 4, 5, 6, at the end of the unit 6, there is a post test. You can complete the post test in the same manner that you have done the unit test. You can click here like this. You have attempt now. You can do the attempt. And once that attempt is done, you have passed with the required percentage, which is saying as 50%. You will go to a feedback form. There's a feedback form like uh, which is like your Google form. Click on this feedback form. It will take you to another window where you will give the feedback about the course, the various aspects of the course. And once you submit that, you will be eligible to download the certificate. So once you download the certificate, which I'll show you later how the certificate would look like, then you have the overview of OSCE and the DOP, where you have certain introduction of how to prepare for conducting the assessment. You have an introduction. So this is how to prepare for an OSCE station, how to prepare for an ASCII circuit. All these details are there. And for that, there is a video, there is a script, there is the slides, and there is an activity, reflection, and the templates. But here, see, there is no, and of course, references, and there is no quiz for this. This is something that you have done after you have completed the course. Therefore, there is no quiz for this. So this is how you can be interactive and engaged into this masterclass. So I'll show you the image of the certificate. The certificate image.
Repeating. Copy नहीं कर रहे.
Yes, copy नहीं कर. So this is the certificate that the participant would be getting. As you can see here, there are 40 credit points which have been approved by Karnataka State Nursing Council. And this certificate explains what are the contents of the course. And there are 3 signatures from the course coordinator, from the person who has done the observer for KSNC, and the registrar of Nursing Council. And there is this QR code which is quite unique. In fact, this is very unique identity for this particular certificate, which cannot be copied, and this shows the authenticity. And this is a sample, this cannot be copied. Okay. So this is about the way you will get the certificate of the complete language. Now, apart from this, we also have one more course for teachers, that is on
There's my names. Yeah. First or second. Dashboard is looking back. Dashboard.
So this is the second course which will be starting from 15th of this month. This is called Foundation Course in Nursing Pedagogy. And this details of the course we will be sending to you by email and also on the WhatsApp group. This course is specifically designed for the MSc nursing students and for the recent teachers. This is designed as per the curriculum of nursing education of MSc nursing as given by the Nursing Council of India, Indian Nursing Council. So this also can be taken. And one more thing, this master class is for 5 days. You can complete the whole course in 5 days, or it is extendable for 7 days. So this batch, the course will end on 13th of this month. This will start on 15th, and this course, the foundation course at CNP, is for 15 days from 15th to 31st August. So this is about the description on how to take the course.
58th of April.
April. 30th of April. 30th of April. So if there are any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Meeting. Zoom. Zoom meeting. Full screen.
Either.
Yeah, on the top, right hand side top. Right hand side top.
Yes.
Yes. Full screen, make you full screen. Ask to collect, will your questions are. Who are participate in that?
Yeah, if any questions are there, you can take the questions.
Because everyone is following. We are not unmuted, sir. You just asked to.
You'll have to unmute to ask the question.
You can ask randomly. That's.
Okay, if there are any questions, you can even send a mail to connectshikshax@gmail.com. We'll be responding to you. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you all.